Hey everybody, it is Thursday, means it's time for your Thursday Thought. So my thought for you this Thursday is new builds, the opportunity that they present right now, and then we're going to chat a little bit about market and is now a good time to buy even a new build. So first off, new builds are obviously when you go to a builder and you build, you usually have two options. Kind of take a home that's already, what's called a spec home, that's kind of already most of the way through construction or maybe already fully built, or you start the process from the beginning and you go through that whole build process. Typically 6 to 9, sometimes even 12 months, depending on the builder, the area, and the size of the house, of course. So that's what a new build is. Now, right now, I see new build as a pretty special opportunity for people who are considering buying. Why? Because I think, as we all know, this market really since the probably April, May timeframe has started to change. We've had more homes on the market than we've had in years past. I think since 2016, we're starting to see some prices come down, and buyers are ultimately having more choices. But the prices are still high compared to where they were, in say 2018 or 19. And the combination of higher prices and higher money, meaning the interest rate being higher now than it was, say, at the beginning of the year or the end of 2021, still make buying pretty unaffordable. It's very expensive to buy a home at $500,000 at a 5.5% or 6% interest rate. So here's what makes the new build so attractive: is yes, the price is still kind of elevated, but they are giving you quite a bit of incentives, and that's anywhere from like $5,000 at a design studio. Some of them even go up to $20,000 to help you finish your basement, which is a huge incentive for you to work with a particular builder. Not only that, they they have typically almost in-house lenders, right? And they partner with the lenders, and the lenders are basically saying, hey, come buy a house from us. We'll give you these incentives, and we're going to give you a low 30-year fixed interest rate. Now, low being in the high threes in some of these builders' websites that I visited this morning. So I think that it, again, presents an opportunity to get more incentives than we've seen from builders in a long time, but also that it allows you to secure a low-ish interest rate for the next 30 years, which is huge when it comes to the cost of your payment, the amount you're spending in interest and things along those lines. And also, I think locking in a sub-4 interest rate in today's market is an amazing financial move to make, because I just envision that the interest rates aren't going to be coming back down anytime in the near future, although I could be wrong, the normal crystal ball. And I would say that a lot of the chatter I hear from my lender partners is that, yeah, they're going to stay, maybe even go up a little bit. And so that would be my thoughts on why new builds right now are a good opportunity. All right, changing gears a little bit. Even with the opportunity that new builds present, is it a good time to buy? So really, that is not an easy yes or no answer. If I didn't own a home already and I was buying right now, I would consider a new build, and I would say that because, again, locking that low interest rate, and I know that I'm going to be in the springs for a while. I know that I can weather this storm, and I can come on the other side with quite a bit of equity. And so ultimately, that's really what it's going to come down to, is basically your current financial position, as well as the time that you're going to be spending in Colorado Springs. If you're going to be here for a year or two, as I know, as much as I hate renting and throwing away money on renting, I would say just go ahead and rent, because it's probably going to help you the most over the long run. But if you're going to be here for anything more than 3 or 4 years, then it really makes a lot of sense to buy. And we can run the numbers if you want on what that might look like for you, what a payment would be, how much more it would cost you to buy a house versus rent a house, kind of on an annual basis, but then also what you would sell that house for in, say, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, and what you would end up putting in your pocket after that, given some assumptions. So give me a call. Let me know what I can do to be of assistance. Thanks for tuning in to this week's Thursday Thought. Again, the new builds are presenting an opportunity they have not presented in the past, and I'd love to take you out and show you some of those new builds. So thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next week on next week's Thursday Thought. Ciao.